They occupied the White House in favor of the 350.org movement. 350 parts per million is the concentration of carbon dioxide that scientists say is a tipping point before we enter uncontrollable climate change.
I came here today in solidarity with the U.S. protests, Occupy New York and the other protests that are going around in the United States right now. But I also feel, even in this fantastic system that we do live in, that there are some faults and some things that need to be addressed. I'm not going to comment on those specific things because it's very easy to talk down the specific argument. But I know there are some things that I find personally, with my opinion, that are wrong with the system. I'm here to at least voice my opinion and be heard, which is our legal rights as citizens of this country.
Revolution! Revolution! Power to the people! Power to the people! Power to the people! Power to the people!
We run a community center in Vancouver, which is a alternative broadcasting center. So it trains people on how to use technology, how to tell their own story, and we want to distribute the media makers so that we all have a capacity to tell our stories. Because a lot of marginalized people don't have those tools or training or distribution systems. So we're going to be broadcasting stories every day, every morning from Occupy Vancouver, and we're going to be having the political debates and different reportage, different stories about how labor and how women's organizations, how Aboriginal organizations, how youth, how everyone's responding to this movement, and try to influence it, I guess. As media makers, we're going to try to influence by bringing all these different movements together that historically haven't worked together.
We claim common law jurisdiction, and this is land. The corporations do not have jurisdiction here. Corporations include the City of Vancouver, the country of Canada, the country of the United States. The country of Canada is listed on the stock exchange on the SEC.com. You can see Canada is a corporation, and its business address is in Boston, Massachusetts. So I am not a corporate slave, and all the people here in these tents are part of common law jurisdiction, where the corporations have absolutely no jurisdiction. The police department and the court is also a corporation, and they have no jurisdiction down here. They have no jurisdiction on the land and on the living men and women in this area.
The common man is many in numbers. The elite have their armies, but we have free minds. No amount of bullets will defeat our will and right to protest against injustices that are imposed upon us by this bloodthirsty elite.
Things just have to change. I think that it's just a really unfair system. Certain people take advantage of a large group of other people, and that's not a world I want him to grow up in.
If there's a legacy from Occupy Vancouver, we would hope that it would be that there's more traction and more integration and more alliance work among these different marginalized communities and labor and environmental and women's groups, so that it can be born from young people's energy, but it's going to be really successful when the whole society comes together and resists free market capitalism and builds a society that's equitable.
Yeah, you can walk around.